So, the South African leaders have agreed to maintain a peacekeeping force in the eastern Congo. Donald Trump has ordered an airstrike in Somalia. That's crazy, yeah? Now, Senegal want to rename street, changing street from colonialist names to African heroes' names. In Senegal, the families of 79 people who were unalive during the protests which shook the country between February 2021 to 2024 will benefit for about 10 million CFA franc. Fellas, brace for a fight. South African Rwanda is going bad, because it's going down. So, the South African leaders have agreed to maintain a peacekeeping force in the eastern Congo. The decision was made at an extraordinary meeting in the Southern African Development Community at SADC in Harare, Zimbabwe. The group's chairman, Edson Mnangagwa, called for bold and decisive steps to boost force capacity. This is after the SADC military mission suffered heavy loss last week.
Bold and decisive measures must continue to be implemented to adequately resource and equip our mission in the DRC so that it continues to execute its mandate.
So for quick context, a couple of days ago we spoke about how Rwanda and South Africa were going at each other in the Congo after South Africa accused Rwanda of unaliving some of their soldiers. And there was a bit of an intimidation between the two presidents, you know. Yeah, a lot of ego and a lot of testosterone. So are they going to go to war? That's a big question. And the Rwandan president was very adamant. He says, whatever you want to do, you do it. Well, he didn't use those words, but he said something along the lines of, like, you threatening us? What are you going to do in some ways?
And South Africa dares even issue threats about what is likely to happen after that and so on and so forth. Of course, we will see what threats they are talking about.
And later on, the president of South Africa flew to Harare to have a discussion with SADC. This is SADC. These are countries that help each other if one of them feels in danger by another country. Now, Congo is part of SADC. That's why South Africa is in the Congo. Rwanda is part of the East African republics. This is them. Now the question is this one. The president of Zimbabwe is a soldier himself. He's been to wars. He called for bold and decisive steps. What does that mean? Bold and decisive steps to boost force capacity in the Congo. So they're going to remain. They're going to clash again. No doubt about that. Now, the big issue here is what? If SADC goes and the South Africans clash with the Rwandese, then surely these countries here, Uganda, especially Uganda, is going to come to the rescues of Rwanda. And that's going to be a major war. Like I said earlier, Rwanda is an experienced army. They've been through wars since 1994. Many of them. South Africa is a technologically most advanced country, technologically most advanced army in Africa. They have everything. They also have some very experienced guys, but those guys were during apartheid. Some of them are retired. However, they have trained some other guys too. Rwanda fought in 1994. Many of the guys in 1994 also have retired. However, they have trained many other guys. So how is this going to happen? This is definitely something not necessarily for Africa. Okay, now we're going to Donald Trump. Remember your friend Donald Trump? Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing today? It's a beautiful day. My name is Zack. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you want to know news about Africa, you're at the right place. You want to know anything? This is here. Okay, I know you hear about some of these people talking about it. Yeah, they're lying to you. Okay, you want to know stuff right here. You want South Africa? Here. Uganda? Yeah. Rwanda? Yeah. Congo? Yeah. Tanzania? Kenya? Wagwan? Yeah. Thank you. Let's go. So, Donald Trump has ordered an airstrike in Somalia. That's crazy, yeah? It's amazing being the president of the United States of America. You can just wake up in the morning and say, okay, go bomb that country. Just say it's ISI. Yes, they bombed Somalia this morning. While the US military has routinely struck targets inside the East African nation in recent years, these strikes would be among the first Trump has ordered during his second term in office. He probably was just sitting there when he was not president anymore saying, I miss ordering strike in these shithole countries. Please just go bomb one of the shithole countries and let's just say there was IS hiding in caves. Now, this is what America says. Donald Trump said he ordered the airstrike against IS operative in Gulis Mountain in Somalia this morning in a strike coordinated with the Somali government. Interesting. Okay, well, the Somali government has not confirmed this yet. That's what we're saying. It's very easy to say with the Somali government, but the Somali government does not say that we did it in coordination together. And we need to investigate that. So Trump said the strike destroyed caves where they live in and killed many terrorists without in any way harming civilians. Well, it's very nice to say, but it's very difficult to confirm. Anyway, let's just go with what Donald Trump says. And now we're going to Senegal. This is Senegal, fellas. Beautiful place, lovely people, great culture. Now, Senegal want to rename street. Yes, congratulations. Like, let's clap in first. Let's clap in. Yeah, they want to rename street just like Niger did last week, changing street from colonialist names to African heroes' names. How nice is that? So you know Senegal played a major role during World War II. Some of the soldiers were recruited by France in Senegal. They were called the tirailleurs sénégalais. Well, they were not all Senegalese. Initially it started in Senegal, but they finally recruited guys coming from different areas of that side of Africa. A lot of them went to fight for France, but they were all called Senegalese tirailleurs. And unfortunately, after the war, France did not come to the party. All the promises that were made, we're going to give you a passport, French citizenship, we're going to give you cheeseburger. No, not cheeseburger. We're going to give you all this stuff. They didn't get it. So they literally just fought for nothing, unfortunately. Now, Senegal is renaming street, removing French name. Yeah, many African nations that were colonized by France have these French names in the street. Same for English-speaking countries as well. They have these McLaurin Boulevard, George Smith Boulevard. So now they're going to rename them as Makumbo, Mukundo, Mbokolo, Kimbombo, African sounding like, it sounds like drum. Dum dum dum, dum ding dong, bing bang ball, Well, fellas, again, we're still in Senegal. Something really nice has happened. In Senegal, the families of 79 people who were unalive during a protest which shook the country between February 2021 to 2024 will benefit for about 10 million CFA franc. So 10 million CFA franc is about approximately 15,000 euros. The families of 79 people that were unalive when they were protesting against Macky Sall. Macky Sall was the previous president. He was trying to change the constitution so he can stay in power one more term. Crazy stuff. The same Macky Sall was fighting the previous president for trying to change the constitution so he can overstay in power. Was the same guy who tried to overstay in power. So many people came down the street, revolting, protesting, fighting against that new law, and unfortunately 79 of them were unalived. And now the brand new government now has decided to pay about 15,000 euros to each of the families. They say it's not reparation, it's just consolation or some, I just made up the word. It's just we're going to try to fix this. And also Senegal is going to give about 500,000 CFA franc to 3,000 people who were imprisoned during that time when they were fighting for freedom. Well, in other words, let me make it simple for you to understand. You remember Kenya? Yes, in Kenya, people fought against the government because of a law. They came up with a law with taxing everything, taxing bread, taxing milk, taxing period pad, taxing cancer treatment. And people were very unhappy with that. So it's just like saying that everybody that was unalive during that time, his family is going to get about 15,000 euros. That's what Senegal is doing. And everybody that was imprisoned during that time is going to get about 500,000 CFA franc. Is that a good thing or not? Surely that's not going to bring the people back to life, but I firmly believe, especially for the people that are going through a very difficult situation financially, that is better than nothing. 15,000 euros is definitely better than nothing. So congratulations. We have a brand new government in Senegal. These are young people in the 40s trying to change things. It's still a bit controversial. Some people feel like they want to be free, like Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali. Some people feel like they're playing a double game. They're trying to make people happy that don't want France anymore. In the meantime, they're going to France behind everybody's back and talking nicely to them. So we're not sure what's really is their state. But as far as we see, they are doing the good steps that everybody would expect. So that's what it is, fellas. The South African leaders have agreed to stay in the Congo with the SADC. So they're not alone. It's South Africa. There's South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and other countries. They want to stay in the Congo. So we can fear a major clash happening between those countries. And I don't think it's going to be a good thing at all. Donald Trump woke up and ordered a strike in Somalia. They said they did it with the government of Somalia, but well, we don't know. It just feels like the man really missed saying, hit that shit, whole country. He missed it. Bad. Senegal is going to change street names and give them African names. How is that beneficial to the Senegalese people? Question mark. And in Senegal, families of 79 people that were unalive while fighting for freedom a few years ago are going to be not compensated, but will get some money, about 15,000 euros in an African country. Well, God bless.